Hi, today we have a crystal regulator. This is French. It's a brass case with beveled glass on all four sides. Front door opens up. The back door opens up. This is the gong. Inside is a mercury pendulum. This is a real mercury pendulum. You can see the mercury inside the vials moving. Now, most clockmakers, they don't work on these clocks because they don't know how to do it. It's too delicate. I'll try to teach you today. First, you remove the gong. There's two screws. Remove the gong. Now, most people don't know how to get the movement out of the case. There's a simple thumb screw at the bottom, located at the bottom of the dial. You just unscrew that, and you turn the movement about 30 degrees, and there's some pins, and it just comes right out. And that's your French movement. So now we're going to disassemble that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the hands off. Somebody's butchered up the pin in the front of the clock. There we go. So we're going to take the hands off. We don't need that pin. We'll put a new one in. Take the hands off. Now put all your parts in a bucket. Now there's 3 pins holding the movement in. Take those 3 pins out. They hold a dial on. Now that comes off. The dial just comes right off. Put that aside. Look at this crud. This is why this clock is here. Can you see this built-up of crud? That's not supposed to be inside a French clock. Now, the next thing you do is you let the power down. This is a let-down key. You click the dog and let the power down. Both sides. Oh, this is just covered with grease. Now, take the clock hammer off. Remove the escapement. Now the escapement comes right out. Lay it on its back. Use a screwdriver. Loosen the 3 screws that hold in the ratchet wheels for the time and the strike and the bridge for the intermediate wheel. And that comes off. Then that comes off, and then this comes out. Then you pull the cannon pinion, take the bridge off of the ratchet gear, take the gear off, take the next bridge off, take the gear off. Now remove the pins holding on all the different levers. This is the count lever with all, I call it the sawtooth. Here's the stop lever. There's a stop lever. There's the lift for the strike mechanism. It's called the V lever. Now there's a little thing here called the gathering pallets. You pinch it, you hold the wheel that it's on, you pinch it, and you twist it, and that comes right off. Now, you take the pins off the back that hold the movement in, and then you take the movement apart. There it is. The movement is apart, all the different parts. the clock is completely disassembled. However, because it's a French clock, I always open up the barrels and check to see if the end of the mainspring is about to be ripped out. So you just hold that between your fingers like this. And you go over to a vise and you hit it, and that knocks the cap off. And then you take the mainspring out. Just do this by hand. You don't need any machines. And what we're going to do is we're going to check the end of the spring to see if the end is starting to rip out. So we'll get down to the end. And we'll... There. This one's good. I didn't need to do that. But we're going to clean all this anyway. And then we'll do the other one. Knock that out. Here comes the lid to that. And you pull that out. This is an older spring. I can tell by the color of it. This is the original spring. That one's okay too. See the difference in the color? One is silver and the other kind of a blue color. That's the complete disassembly of a French crystal regulator.